second graders, it's me, Lego Man. Welcome to technology class. So I hope everybody did their homework last week. You were supposed to tell us your favorite place to visit on the internet. Remember, guys? So hopefully everybody wrote down either the Lego website or watching Lego videos on YouTube. I hope that's what you did. If you didn't do that for your homework yet, then you need to redo your homework and make sure. If you want to get 100 from Lego Man, your homework needs to have what Lego's on it, okay? Do you guys have it? Yes? Excuse me, Lego Man. That is not okay. Sorry, guys. He gets so carried away about Legos. And no, you should share about your favorite place on the internet. It doesn't have to be going on the Lego website or watching Lego videos. It should be what you like to do. I know that Lego Man really cares about Legos, but welcome everybody. And so yes, like Lego Man was saying, we did learn about what is the internet, right? So I hope that you guys went home and whenever you were going on your device last week, you were stopping and thinking, I'm connecting to the internet right now. I'm going online, right? And I am being a digital citizen, right? So this week, we're going to continue with our lessons, our internet safety lessons. But before we do that, I just want to quickly show you your typing. So what you're going to be doing. So this week, we're up to lesson 89. And so it's starting to give you a lot more words to type, kind of like sentences. So this is good. Try to keep all of your fingers on the home row keys. So if you remember, that's ASDFJKL semicolon, and you put your fingers on there. And then the reason that we put our fingers on there is because it's the fastest way to type. So they've developed, when whoever designed the keyboard, they designed it in a way where they thought about the words in our English language, what letters are used the most, and they came up with a plan. So there is actually a reason why you do what you're doing on the keyboard. So if you could, I know it can be a little bit frustrating at first trying to use all of your fingers, but if you really can get a hold of that, it'll make it easier as you guys get into 3rd grade and 4th grade. And I know there's a lot more assignments that you have to be typing up for your regular subjects. So it will be good for you guys to be comfortable typing with both hands, okay? So this week you're going to be doing lesson 89 all the way through lesson 98, okay? So it really is just a lot of typing. It's a lot of good practice, a lot of different words and things. So please make sure do lessons 89 to 98 for your typing this week, okay? And this is for a new quarter, so this is counting for the 3rd quarter, right? And if you didn't do the homework from last week where you had to tell us about your favorite place on the internet, please make sure that you get it done this week. It is your responsibility. So I know that your parents, you know, maybe they remind you or they help you with homework, but really now you guys are getting you're in the halfway, you're almost on your way to 3rd grade. And 3rd and 4th graders, they have to become a lot more independent. They can't rely on the parents for everything, right? You have to know that, oh, I have these assignments that I need to do. And then instead of waiting for your parent to come to you and tell you to do it, you have to learn how to say, hey, Mom, I need to do my typing now. And then you go ahead and you do it, right? Or, oh, I need to do my technology. And then you make sure that you're getting it done. So this is part of learning how to grow up and be responsible. So please remember that every week you do have a technology homework and it does count towards your grade. So please make sure that you're getting it done every week, okay? All right, guys, so let's move into our lesson for today. It's called We the Digital Citizens. And so we're gonna there's these little characters, as you can see. We're gonna be learning about each of the characters and what they stand for, because they help us to learn how to be safe online. And what we can do to make good choices with technology. So that's pretty much what our lesson is going to be. So we introduced the topic last week. We learned about what the internet is, and now we're really moving into learning how to be a good digital citizen. So Lego Man, do you want to just remind the kids what a digital citizen is?
Of course I do. Well, a digital citizen is anybody who uses the internet. So if you guys are going online, looking and watching Lego videos, you are a digital citizen / Lego citizen, okay?
Oh dear. Yes, so using the internet to play a game, watch a video on any device, you are now a digital citizen, right? So you are now a digital citizen. So just remember, just like a citizen in the country that we live in here in the United States of America, we have to follow laws and rules in order to stay safe, to make good choices. It's the same thing when you're going online or using the internet. You need to learn how to follow the rules and make good choices so that you can be a good digital citizen. Okay? So the question is, how can we be good digital citizens? Well, we're going to be finding out. So have you ever made a promise to your family to be safe and responsible? So this is hard because I can't really hear you guys, but I'll ask some of the animal friends. So Lego Man, what was your promise?
I promised my family that I would clean up all of my Legos so that nobody would hurt their feet or trip on them. And that was my promise to my family. And they were very happy because let me just tell you, stepping on a Lego is miserable. It hurts your feet and you go, ah!
Yeah, I know. I've stepped on them before and they are not fun. Mr. Fuzzy Wugs, do you want to tell us about a promise that you made to your family?
Yes, I promised my family that I would always follow the rules and I would never go outside by myself because sometimes I like to play outside. But I said, I'm going to be responsible and I'm going to always ask permission and make sure that I'm making good choices.
Yeah, I love that, especially like you're playing outside, right? You need to be careful. You always want to follow the rules and ask permission. Puppy?
Well, I had to promise to be responsible and get all my homework done before I go outside to dig for bones. And it's really hard for me because I love digging and I have a lot of energy. But my parents said, you have to get your homework done first and then you can go dig. So I had to make a promise that I would follow the rules.
Yes, you did have to make a promise, right? Snail, do you want to share any times when you had to make a promise? Oh, come and say good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Yes. So I have to promise that I would help in my house because there's sometimes I have to help with washing the dishes and cleaning up and putting things away. And so I promised that I was going to be helpful. And I promised it to my teacher too, that if she needs any help, that I could help in the classroom too, because I like to be helpful and I like being kind to people.
Oh, that's so nice of you, Snell. You're always so kind. Yeah, so, we make promises every day. And I bet a lot of you guys,
Mom, I promise I'm going to get my homework done. Then can I watch a show? Or Mom, I promise I'll get 100 on the test. Then can I get a new toy?
right? And you're always like asking and promising, right? And so I'm sure it's something that you guys have had in your life, right? And even as second graders and as you get older, just realize that your promise is important. When we make a promise, we should keep a promise. And so we're going to be talking about something called a pledge. And just like you, every single day, you say the Pledge of Allegiance, it's like you're making a promise to the United States of America to be a good citizen. And you say the pledge to the Bible, you're promising to God that you will follow what the Bible says. When we're making a pledge, we call it a digital pledge, we are promising that we will make good choices when we're going online and we're using the internet, okay? So we already talked about what a digital citizen is, but that's all of you guys, that's all of us, because we live in a digital world, right? And so we really have to learn how to be good digital citizens. So let me put the video on, and I want you guys to watch closely all of the different characters. What do they stand for in the digital pledge? Okay, so let me put it on.
We, the digital citizens, with our hands up in the air, pledge to travel safely when we click from here to there. If you want to see the world, you don't always need a plane, a giant yellow school bus, or a noisy train. You just need the internet and something with a screen to see a different country or a pretty ocean scene. If you've ever seen a sloth or a pic of Auntie Sue, just go online and check them out. Remember what to do. Always ask a grown-up before you go online. It's good to set a limit and keep track of your time. That's right. Keep your info private like your name and your address. And always find a grown-up if you're scared or you're stressed. If you want to see the world, you don't always need a plane, a giant yellow school bus, or a noisy train. You just need the internet and something with a screen to play an awesome puzzle game or watch a soccer team. So go online and check them out. Remember what to do, to do, to do, to do. Always pause and think when visiting a site. Only talk to friends you know and never start a fight. It's fun to have a screen to laugh and play with friends, but if it's nice, go outside and find the rainbow's end. If you want to see the world, you don't always need a plane, a giant yellow school bus, or a noisy train. You just need the internet and something with a screen to be a part of something great, whatever you can dream. Remember that you took this pledge to be your best online. So stick with the Dig Citizens. And together, you will shine.
All right, so those are our digital citizens. And I'm going to show you guys, I have a little poster that I want to share. So these are the characters that they'll be coming up in the lessons as we go through them. But this character is named Arms. And it says, use your arms when you're online to balance your time, right? So we don't want to spend too much time in front of the screen. That's not healthy. You want to go and do other things. Use your legs to stand up to bullies online, right? So just like we always want to use kind words and manners, and we want to make sure that we're treating everybody nicely when we're in the classroom in person, guess what? You do the same thing when you're online, right? Use your feet carefully when leaving tracks online. And we're going to be learning a little bit about what that is. They call it a digital footprint. And that's anything that you do online, it becomes part of your digital footprint. And you always want to make sure that you're making good choices. Listen to your gut to stay safe online, right? And so that means like asking permission, making sure that you're only going to websites that's for your age, right? Those are all things that are super important in being a good digital citizen. Use your head to ask questions about what you see online. So always ask questions. If you see something that looks like maybe it's not for your age, or it looks like something that, you know, it's scary, or you're wondering what it is, it gets you thinking, always ask questions, right? It's okay to ask questions. Questions are good. Use your heart to be kind and respectful online, right? So your heart, use your heart. Use empathy, right? Thinking about how other people are feeling. That's really important. And those are all of our digital citizens. Woohoo. Okay, so I can't really ask you guys, but I can ask Lego Man. Lego Man, what was one thing that you learned from the digital citizens?
Let me think about it. Well, I learned that we should always ask permission before going online.
Yes, that's excellent. Especially to make sure that the site that you're going to is something that is good for your age. So yes. And there's all our characters: arms, guts, feet, legs, heart, head. Those are all of our digital citizens. So let's go through some questions that are really important for you guys as second graders. Why is it important to ask for permission before going online? Let's have Mr. Fuzzy Wugs come and answer.
Well, because I heard that there's a lot of things on the internet that's not for second graders, things that they should not be looking at or doing. Maybe it's for adults or older kids. So that's why you want to make sure that you protect yourself. And you have to ask permission to protect yourself.
Yes, I agree. It's part of protecting yourself. You're protecting your eyes, your mind, your heart from taking in things that could maybe, when we see something like a scary picture or something that just isn't for our age, not for a second, it's hard to erase that out of our mind. It can be very hard. And so it's always best that we just don't even get in that place in the first place, right? That's why you ask permission. Hey, mom or dad, whoever takes care of you, would this website be okay? Do you think this show's okay for me or this game? And let them take a look at it, because that can really save you guys from going and seeing things that just, it's not for you. Okay, so why is it a good idea to set a time limit when using technology? So let's see. Who wants to answer that one? Puppy, come and answer that one. Why is it a good thing to set a time limit?
Because you know what happens? Sometimes I want to just do what I want to do, and I want to do it all day, and then I don't get other things done. And then I do get kind of cranky sometimes, guys. Believe it or not, Puppy gets cranky. And when I get cranky, you don't want to hear it, because then I get in a lot of trouble because my mom says, Puppy, go to your room. I've had enough of your whining, because I just whine and whine. I'm like, until I try to make the puppy eyes, trying to get their attention so that they can let me get more time on my tech. But then I know that I shouldn't do that, but I should set a time limit.
Yeah, because I know, when kids are whiny or puppies are whiny, parents don't like that. And I bet you guys know what we're talking about. But if you start saying, but I just want to watch a little bit more YouTube. Mom, I want to watch another YouTube. And then maybe your mom says, that's enough. You're whining. I'm taking the iPad away, right? And then you get really cranky. And this shouldn't happen, because you need to learn that you don't spend as much time as you want using technology. Everything has a limit. And that means that maybe you have 15 minutes to watch a show. Maybe you have 30 minutes. Maybe you're allowed only 10 minutes to play a game or something. And you have to be okay with that, right? That's part of learning how to be responsible and what we call mature. That means that the child, you guys are children, you're going from being a little kid who maybe you don't really understand, right? And now you're getting older, right? Like we said, you're going in third grade. That means that you really have to learn that your choices, they matter, right? Your choices are important. And it shouldn't always just be that you're doing whatever you want and then the parent has to come and tell you, oh, shut it off or do this. You should start being able to learn and say, oh yeah, I did this for a little bit. Now I'm going to go do something else. And you're okay with it. It's not that you're having a tantrum or you're being upset, right? That you're just okay with, all right, I had it for a little bit. I'm thankful. And now I'll go do something else, right? And so that's why it really is important. It can make you, it's really just not good for you guys. It can hurt your eyes staring at a screen all day. If you're not eating healthy, like say you just get up in the morning, you don't even eat breakfast, you just go right and watch your iPad for 5 hours, and then you're starving, right? Or you're just eating junk food because you don't have any time. That's not healthy for your body. That's how you get sick, right? So you need to think, what's good for me? And guess what? It's healthy to go outside and get fresh air every day. No matter what the weather is, it's healthy to get fresh air. And even if you just went for a quick walk for 10 minutes, you could ask a parent, it'd be healthy for them too. And so this is important, to take care of your body, right? And take care of your mind, that you only have a certain amount of time with technology. It's not this unlimited thing. Okay, let's look at our next question. It says, why shouldn't you share your username and password with other people? That sounds like a pretty serious question. Snail, do you want to come and help us answer that?
Yes, well, so that's called private information because it's something that is about you and it's your account. And just like, would you let a stranger in your house if and just open the door for them? No, you would lock the door. And so you wouldn't just give your username and password to anybody, and you shouldn't, because then you're opening up your account to anybody.
Yeah, and so some of you guys might have like a username and password. Maybe it's for YouTube, a YouTube account, or like you guys have them for the typing accounts that we do at school. And in a couple of weeks, you're going to be getting a username and password for our coding account with our computer science that we're going to be doing. And you don't ever want to, even if it's your best friend and they're like, yeah, just give me your username and password. I just want to go in your account for a little bit. You say, no, thank you. I don't give that to anybody. You can give it to a parent, but you don't give it, even if it's your best friend. They can go into your account. They can mess it up. Maybe not on purpose or maybe on purpose, but you shouldn't give that information to anybody. You should protect that information because it is yours and we call it private information. And we're going to be learning a little bit more about that. But when you're online, if you ever get like a little pop-up box, somebody trying to ask things, oh, what's your name? Where do you go to school? You never give your full name, like your first and last name, your address, your phone number, your name of your school. These are called private information. And it's meant to be kept private, meaning that you don't just give it out to anybody. And that's to protect you, right? Because yes, the internet is a fun place for kids, but at the same time, just like the real world, right? It's fun to ride your bike, but you always should stop at the corner and look both ways before you go in the street with it, right? You don't want to get run over. It's the same thing with the internet. It's fun to go and play online, but you need to know there can be dangers, right? And you want to keep yourself safe. So this is really important. I hope that you guys will start to learn how to be safe. Why should you only talk to people that you know online? So this is so important, right? Mr. Fuzzy Woods, come and help us.
There's a lot of strangers. If you were at the playground and a strange adult came up to you, would you talk to them? Probably not. I hope not. And that's the same thing when you're on the internet.
Yeah, like if an adult came up to you and they said, hey, you want to come home with me? I have candy, right? You wouldn't just follow them. Or, oh, your mom, they made up some story about, oh, your mom said that I'm picking you up. If you didn't know the person, you wouldn't go with them, right? And it's the same thing when you're on the internet. If you get a message from anybody, I would say in second grade, I wouldn't be talking to anybody on the internet because I would say you guys are too young for that. And you should always get an adult and say, look what I just got. I got this message, and show it to somebody. So that way they can protect you and keep you safe. This can happen a lot for some of you guys that play Roblox and some of those games online. They have a lot of chats on there where the people playing the games can chat with each other. And that's where that can become a danger because you have a second grader on there and then we have somebody and we don't really know who they are and they're trying to talk to the second grader through the chat. You need to be careful, right? I would say, unless it's your friend that you know from school and you know it's them, I wouldn't be chatting with anybody. Okay, guys, so please be careful with that. If that is something that's happening, you should talk to a parent and let them know that, oh, this person has been sending me message in the Roblox game or whatever game that you guys are on, okay? All right, so those are our main tips that we're going through this week for our lesson and what you guys are going to be doing. So I know for some reason, our activities have been a lot of drawing, but you're going to draw a picture to show how you will be a good digital citizen. And then you have to write it on the lines below. So explain what you will do to be a good digital citizen. So I want you to think about your life And what you have to ask yourself, what am I going to do to be a good digital citizen? And so you can stop and think about your choices and how you're going to stay safe, and draw a picture and then write a sentence telling us about the picture. Okay, so that's your homework for this week, along with your typing. And to really start thinking about and asking yourself, what kind of digital citizen are you? And are you making good choices? Are you staying safe when you're going online? And hopefully the answer is yes. And hopefully you're going to start learning as we're going more through these lessons. All right, guys. So it was really nice being with you today, and we will see you next time. Have a good day.
Bye, guys. I miss you, and I'll see you next time.